Welcome top news today.
YE HEE LEE Last updated 2006, December 23, 2017 President Donald Trump kicked off his holiday break Friday by signing the tax bill into law before heading to Florida to stay at his MaraLago club through New Year's Day, an opportunity to escape Washington and spend time with friends and family before embarking on the second year of his presidency. Trump exited Air Force One early Friday afternoon in a cheerful mood, waving, fist-pumping, giving a thumbs-up and mingling for about 20 minutes with supporters who greeted him on the tarmac at Palm Beach International Airport with pro-Trump signs. Trump's arrival here comes at a high point for his presidency. He scored his first major legislative victory this week with passage of the $1.5 trillion tax cut package, which came at the end of a tumultuous year marked by a chaotic West Wing operation and the continuing investigations into Russia's meddling in the 2016 elections. U.S. President in spending Christmas at MaraLago with his family. "It's going to be a tremendous thing for the American people," Trump said of the tax bill in the Oval Office Friday morning. "It's going to be fantastic for the economy." Read more. U.S. Congress wraps up massive tax package. Sweeping U.S. tax bill faces widespread doubts. Court orders Trump administration to share MaraLago visitor logs. Donald Trump's MaraLago resort raises ethics questions. Polls have showed the bill is unpopular, but Trump and congressional Republicans argue Americans will view it more favorably once they start to see savings in their paychecks. MaraLago has often been a refuge for Trump. His aides have dubbed it the Winter White House, and this will be his 10th trip to the club during his presidency. His stay here is expected to mostly be filled with rest and relaxation. But armed with his Twitter feed, Trump rarely stays quiet even when away from Washington. The White House declined to discuss the president's plans and whether he will conduct official business or hold any meetings during his stay. U.S. President Donald Trump signed the tax bill in law before heading to MaraLago for the holidays. Trump usually attends the Christmas Eve service at the Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea, a short drive from MaraLago. It's the church where he and First Lady Melania Trump were married in 2005 and where his youngest son, Barron, was christened. Trump also usually attends the annual Black Tie New Year's Eve party at the club, which reportedly has been hiking ticket prices for the event. The First Lady and Barron arrived here earlier in the week, according to the Palm Beach Daily News. Donald Trump Jr. also arrived in West Palm Beach earlier this week, giving a speech at a Young Conservatives conference. Eric Trump and his wife Laura were also seen at the club this week, according to news reports. It is unclear whether the president's adult children plan to stay here through the holidays. Last year, as president-elect, Trump hosted a Christmas dinner at MaraLago with family, including his two sisters, and guests, said Shannon Donnelly, the society editor for the Palm Beach Daily News. Trump used to walk the room to mingle with guests, she said, but now asks his aides to bring select guests by his table, out of security concerns. Trump likes to play an early golf game on Christmas Day, according to Donnelly. He's pretty much just like any businessman on vacation at his summer home, except his business is the United States of America, Donnelly said. Much like past presidents, Trump is expected to use the holiday vacation as a respite from politics and Washington, and a chance to decompress from the pressures of the Oval Office. President Barack Obama often visited Hawaii, where he was raised, to relax on the beach with his family and play golf. Ronald Reagan escaped to ride horses at his Rancho del Cielo just outside Santa Barbara, California. President George H. W. Bush vacationed at his family's compound in Kennebunkport, Maine. George W. Bush and Lyndon B. Johnson retreated to their respective ranches in Texas over the holidays. But unlike his predecessors, Trump's vacation draws attention and controversy to his family business, which still bears his name. In a sense it becomes a brand promotion opportunity, said Matt Dallek, presidential historian at George Washington University Graduate School of Political Management. It's like he's touting his own private enterprise and using the vast reach of the presidency to promote a particular brand and enrich his family. Trump's Winter White House is a members-only club built in the 1920s and purchased by Trump in 1985. MaraLago, which translates to sea to lake in Spanish, is a 17-acre estate located between the Atlantic Ocean and Lake Worth. Trump delegated the running of his businesses to his two oldest sons when he became president. But he still owns the business, and critics have said his constant presence at his properties, such as MaraLago and his golf clubs, ultimately promotes his brand and poses a conflict of interest. While many of his previous visits to his club as president were unceremonious weekend getaways, some led to controversy, most notably, turning the dining terrace into an impromptu situation room when he was hosting Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in February. Members and guests observed a national security meeting unfold over dinner, as Trump and Abe received news of a North Korean missile test and prepared for a joint news conference. Throughout Trump's first year in office, the social scene at his private club shifted to take on a more political tone. The Washington Post found that MaraLago has lost much of its traditional base of charities holding fundraising events at the club and now hosts more political fundraisers and events by pro-Trump groups and allies. Just days before Trump's arrival at the club, for instance, Trump campaign economic advisor Stephen Moore held a speech at MaraLago touting the tax overhaul plan to the 200 members of the World Affairs Council, according to Palm Beach Daily News. MaraLago is filled with friendly faces for Trump, and many in the wealthy crowd of members and guests will probably benefit from the just enacted tax cuts. It's more of a Republican town, so I'm sure in Palm Beach, most people probably like that idea of the tax bill, said Jeff Green, a billionaire real estate investor and MaraLago member. As a Democrat, Green said, doesn't agree with all of the provisions in the bill. In every way, I'm a huge beneficiary in the near term, Green said. In the long term, my view is we have to figure out a way to take care of everybody in the country. This is why I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican. But Green has no plans to bring up politics at the club. I'm going to say, congratulations, like you would to any president, Green said. Nobody is going to MaraLago because they love politics. They join to be near the beach and have lunch and play tennis. The Washington Post.